Oh, hello.
Hello, what are you doing standing in the woods, you weirdo?
Well, I'm not dogging.
No, thank you.
Not today, I'm a bit overdressed. Anyway, I am with my brand new machine.
Look at that little rascal.
I know. It's a 2021, because we're in 2021, 1250 GS Adventure in triple black, TE. Any other letters I can check on? But it's the touring edition over here in the UK. I don't know what it is elsewhere in the world, but it has got everything on it, apart from an SOS button. I chose not to have it because it's 300 quid, and this comes with a standard fitted anti-theft alarm and Scorpion data tool tracker.
Fantastic.
So,
but no SOS alarm.
No, but the tracker has something in it that if you were to fall off, and it shouldn't have fallen over, then it carries out that.
I'm just moving out of the way of a car that's coming up behind me and going over to my baby GSA and filming you through there. Oh, what's that? That'll be one of those SOS buttons.
It will be. But now
A Scorpion tracker.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's really good, to the point that I hadn't picked the bike up. They were still getting it prepared, and I had all these emails saying, your account's been created, welcome to Data Tour, and I'm like, well, they must be doing something with the bike. About an hour later, text and a phone call, please ring this number ASAP. So I rang the number, and it was Scorpion Tracker. Answered within seconds. I've never had that before.
That'll be a telephone then, eh?
It was crazy. Answered within seconds. Explained that I hadn't picked the bike up, that they were just putting the tracker on and sorting it out. And they were able to identify the bike, where it was in geography, but where it was in the building.
Wow.
I know, it was really, really spooky. So you get a free year with that tracker with any BMW that you buy, by the sounds of it.
Currently. This video was made in May 2021.
May? Oh yeah, it is May.
1st of May today, pinch punch, 1st of the month.
Ow. Bad luck, it's after 12 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, really good thing. So I'll definitely be carrying on that tracker. And I thought initially, because I think this is my 6th adventure from Ocean, and I thought, yeah, do I or don't I? But it was at the sweet spots financially. And I had an exceptional deal, so thanks to Ocean BMW for the deal that I had. I can't tell you what it was, but it was an exceptional deal to change. I wasn't really worried about the colour. They've got rally colours and they've got all these others, but triple black they had in stock, and it had everything that I wanted, so I settled for triple black. Had a triple black before, so it's nothing different. And I'm thinking, it's quite bland, isn't it, getting another GSA? It's going to be just like the one before, but I tell you what, this is a different bike. When I get on the bike, when I first got on it, and bear in mind I haven't put any bar risers on this one, and I don't think I'm going to on this one because it's quite a comfy position. I got on the bike and instantly it felt like I was riding a hybrid between an Adventure and an RT, because I love the way that the RT rides, and where you sit, you feel like you're sat on it rather than in it. Whereas the 1200 I had, you were very much in it. This one's kind of like a hybrid in between, and it's just right. The handling is incredible, and what they've done to the suspension, I can't talk technical because I have not got a clue.
The suspension fairies have dealt with everything, mate.
They have. So on the bike that I had before, it was a 2019 1200 GSA. And it had all the automatic suspension on it, and you could set it for 1-2 riders with luggage like you can for this one. But this auto setting is that good that it just sorts the ride out even more than I thought it could ever do, because I didn't miss it on the other bike. It's really, really weird.
See, I had it on my old bike before I changed to the baby GSA, which doesn't have that kind of stuff because it doesn't need it. And I found that sometimes it set the bike too high for me.
All right.
But it was just a case of getting used to it, but I always had it set on auto.
This is just right. It's amazing. You know when I was saying it feels like an RT? When you go into corners, the RT, if you bank the bike over, the handlebars will turn and it just falls into a corner. It's effortless, isn't it?
Mm.
And I've always said on my GSAs that if you're riding certainly slow moving or slow speed, just that feels like you're all over the road, when in actual fact it's not. But it's so light on the steering, it makes you feel like that. Even though it's light on the steering, doing that makes you feel like you're just doing that, not like this anymore. This, I don't know, mind blown. It's got great tyres. They've put the Bridgestone A41s on.
We'll have a look at the tyres, because
Yeah.
what do you think of those, Toby? Because I quite like them.
I've always been a lover of Metzler Torrance Next and then Road Tech 01s. I thought there would be no other tyre for me. These are as good as those other tyres, and when these need replacing, I'll probably either go for these or the Road Tech 01s, but probably
unless you put a set of Mutants on it, Dunlop Mutants, which you'd love.
Never tried them.
There you go.
Never tried them. Now, it may look much the same, but they've done lots and lots and lots of tweaking inside the engine, and they've done something different with the gearbox and how it works with a quick shifter. I don't know. I'm not a magician. I don't know what these magicians have done.
I don't think magicians make bikes, mate. I think mechanics make bikes. Oh, here's a bike.
But the quick shifter on my 1200 GSA was smooth. This is like riding a bike with DCT.
Oh.
It changes up and down without any effort at all. It's incredible. Sometimes you get the odd plunk into first gear, like almost seems to be reminiscent of a BMW, doesn't it? Especially the GS and the Adventures. But 9 times out of 10, you put it into gear, and it just goes, and there is no clunk or anything. It's incredible. It really is. Now they've upped the power from the 1200. I had 125 brake horsepower and newton meters of torque, but this one is 134 brake horsepower.
That's quite a bit.
Well, it's 9.
It's quite a bit, though, isn't it?
Well, it's 9.
Is it 9%? Is it?
Why couldn't it have been like 100?
It's not 9%, is it? If I was a mathematician or a magician, I'd work that out.
There's a certain percentage of a number. By 9 digits, whatever that is, you tell us in the comments. But I'm not sure that I can notice it on top end, because my bike had everything I wanted. But on this bike, it seems to be that the gears are kind of ratioed a little bit different. So even though I'd be changing down, it doesn't seem like it's digging that deep to get the power out. It just seems effortless. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
And then if you come over here, Mark.
I've got to come over there.
Yeah. So same dashboard.
Exactly the same
Yeah,
dashboard.
but there are some differences. Same dashboard. Funky little startup bit. It's got all of the information where you should want it, and you navigate through all of your stuff like you did on the other ones. So not going to go through that. However, on this, and come back over to the, on here,
Oh.
do you remember heated bars we used to have either on or burn your fingers off?
Yeah, mine's got
Now,
3 settings.
you watch this, look.
Oh, hang
When
on.
you press that button,
Press the button.
it now gives you the option for your grip heating, and you can go right up to 5,
Wow.
and it also has seat heating.
You've got seat heating.
Oh yes, both there and for the pillion. That one is controlled on the handle, on the display, like you've just seen, and the rear one has got a rocker switch just under here, which has got like on or low,
On
high, and
or
off.
ball your ass off.
Yeah, I've got to say,
Oh, don't tell me you use it.
I've got to say,
Don't tell me you
had it
use it.
on the way here today, and that was on setting 1. Setting 1 is like lighting a fire under your anus.
Should we fry an egg on it?
And I tell you what, who doesn't love a hot bot? Because I really enjoyed having a warm buttock sat on here. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Not really sure.
No, it was really good. But, so, fundamentally, the bike looks the same. There's tweaks and stuff.
When they made it a 1250, it is something with an overhead cam or something like that, or cam something.
Yeah,
I could mention a cam in a conversation, but I don't know what it is. You know, it could be anything.
Yeah. They've done amazing stuff in there because it's smoother. The power to deliver, the delivery of the power seems more on it.
Yeah.
The other one seemed a little bit wallowy. You've got different modes on here, so you haven't got rain, road, enduro. You've got eco mode.
Wow.
Now, I was regularly getting 300 plus miles out of a tank. I'm sure you will on this, but you've also got eco mode that tells you on there with a little green band when you're riding, whether you're riding eco or not. They've changed the modes now so that they haven't got, they're not all the same name, but you can have different connotations of different stuff all at the same time. So you've got road there, then we've got enduro, eco, rain, and then obviously after its service I'll be able to have the eco
Enduro. You can get the Enduro Pro fitted if you want it.
Now apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure people will in the comments, the dynamic is now the Enduro. Enduro Pro is like the off-road, so the Enduro is like the dynamic.
Yeah.
I think, but
I never had the Enduro Pro fitted to mine. It was just left in the thing under the seat.
Well, when you put Enduro on, it comes up and says the DTC's warning, so that must be it must be off-road. So I'm just sticking to road for the minute because I don't want to,
fall off.
But come over here again, Mark.
I'm coming over there again.
So
a lot of commands going on here today, mate.
All this is black handlebars, which is really nice. Get away from those silver things. I wish they triple black. Why aren't things like this black? These thinny things, and this yoke and stuff. You'd think it would all be black, like a stealth black. Do you know
when I had one of my GSAs, I had a 90s edition GSA, and it had a black screen, which was really nice. I thought, why can't they do that? It's exactly the same screen.
Well, you can get them, but
that was fitted as part of it.
I've got another one on the way from China because that is a little bit too small. That's on the high setting, and I need about there.
Really?
Yeah.
You like your tall screens, don't you?
30 quid.
All right.
Because I did have.
I've never had a problem with any of the screens on the bikes.
But you're tiny.
I'm an elf.
I did. Was play Ya Ding Dong. I did have the Wonderlick thing on.
Wonderlick.
But on a previous bike, because the Wonderlick goes and clamps on with 2 bolts there against 2 fastenings, it pulls this if you do it too tight and cracks the screen.
Oh wow!
So it's not that great. So I just want just a slightly smaller screen, exactly the same, but just slightly smaller, slightly bigger. Sorry. And then over the front, lots of people will have changed and said, well, I want to be able to charge my stuff via USB from the bike. Why have they got this horrible DIN socket?
Which is an awful thing.
As standard, USB.
Underneath.
Yeah.
I do find that a little bit odd. That you can't see where you're trying to plug it into.
Definitely.
Just one USB, is it?
Just one USB that I can see in there. But however, what they have done is over this side.
I've got to come round again.
Yeah. Underneath the seat is now your DIN socket.
All right.
So if you're using one of those BMW Ultimate type things, your battery optimizers.
I suppose your heated vest and things like that. Well, if you're wearing, some people wear heated vests.
Some people wear exotogs, don't they?
Exotogs, like I'm wearing.
And the other special bits on the bike, the differences being that they've changed some things on the wheel.
They've added spokes.
I'm quite excited.
I'm coming round again.
Yes, come round here.
I've only got short legs, You're wearing them out.
You might have to look on the back because you can see how many years have BMW riders been asking for this as standard? How many?
Oh, more than one.
Now they're on there.
Brilliant.
And that makes everything so much easier with filling up with fuel. No, air.
Fuel? There might be an issue there. Is that an extra tank you've got there? No, it's just a tank.
An idea. If you're touring and you put fuel in your tyres, you'll never run out, will you? Because you could just siphon it out and put it in the tank. These ideas come to me as a flash of inspiration. Little things that matter to me. So they come with all these lights. But now these are like shiny, silvery type plastic bits. They're easier to clean. You couldn't get in to clean the old matte black that kind of went like a grey, dull colour.
Yeah, in the sun.
Now you can get in and clean.
You've got fingerprints on there. Look,
I know, I've got fingerprints.
Look at those fingerprints on there. Yeah. We'll be checking those in 3 weeks, see whether you washed it.
One thing I really wish that they would get into their heads in BMW. So at the back of my tyre.
There we go, down to that.
Now, lots of people will buy this. They'll know this is the Avant fender extender that's priced at £99. On eBay, I found that for £11.77, including delivery, and it was here in 2 days.
What did you put into the search engine, just in case a friend of mine wants one?
BMW 1250 GSA fender extender.
Right.
And it's really good because it's like the Mudsling, the existing mudguard clips in and fits in there, and you've got 2 clips in there that basically you tighten it, concertinas against the original. There's no cutting, no drilling, no nothing.
Marvellous.
Really, really good.
I've had a few of those, and I've left them on the motorway when they've fallen off, so I don't bother putting them on anymore, but that seems pretty good.
And that might happen. Who knows? But it's got a nice plate there, lovely shiny pipes. You can have Acrobovic exhausts and stuff, but I didn't really want that. I'm quite happy with the sound that this makes. It's just sweet enough. The Acropovic's nice.
Well, I always wonder, you know, they spend a lot of money with using people with bigger brains than I've got to work out the optimum exhaust, and then somebody goes and sticks another aftermarket one on make it louder. Yeah. I don't know if you get any more miles per gallon out of it. I don't know, but
I don't know.
I never change them because I'm a coward.
You're a coward?
I am.
Now, this bike's got some other different tweaks as well.
Oh.
Not just this bike, this model in general. So when you turn it on, if you come around the front, Mark, because
more orders,
all of the lights are LED now.
Oh, I know what you're going to show me.
So this light, as you can see without it lit, it's got like an X.
Yep.
That lights up, that's like your daytime running light.
Yep.
Now before it had this funny like backwards C, didn't it?
Yeah.
This looks really good. But when it starts up, because everything is self-leveling, like before we had to change a setting on the back and basically move the whole of that to get it in the right place. Now this does it itself. So when I turn it on, it gives you a nod to say hello, sets itself up, and that is the lights. What are the flashes like?
Flashes. I know we're in the woods, but you know, I don't know. Go on. Do that. Hang on a minute. Do it again. That's pretty cool.
Now,
you know your fog lights are flashing as well, don't you?
No. I did not know that. How cool is that?
Maybe if you switch your engine on.
Who needs an easy can? That's what I reckon.
Yeah, there you go. What's an easy can?
Well, something that you can have all that magic stuff.
All right. Just switch your engine on for me and see if it. So it doesn't do it. Oh, he's disappointed now, bless him.
Taking it back.
I thought it was something to do with flashing, but no, go on. Carry on.
So, these lights, I really like them, but come in a little bit.
Come in a little
just
bit.
So that you can see there, and I'm going to take this mic off so you might hear some noise. You listen to this. Every time that light goes flashy or it moves, it seems to make a noise much like, you know, a 1970s bedroom in an awful B&B where people next door are doing things. It's like, look, you listen. It's really odd, isn't it?
When was the last time you got out? Do you get out much at all?
It's been lockdown, Mark.
Oh, right, okay.
Right. Now
you're watching some strange TV programmes then?
Now these indicators, at first I thought these are weird. They're on all the time, but from the front and from the back, when they're on, they're quite dim.
Mm-hmm.
But the further you get back from them, when they flash, they're really bright.
Yeah.
And they really have a good effect. I think they're really good.
That's a good point.
Then when you come to the back...
Oh, this is where you're going to be really excited now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you didn't realise this till I told you.
No. So, you may think that something...
I do.
Oh, okay. You may think that something's not right. There's no lights on there. You might think that they're not working. Because your what do they call it? Position light, isn't it? Your rear position light, the red light.
Your rear side light.
Yeah, are in the indicator, and I'm thinking, well, that's a little bit weird because you can't really see it. And I've been behind some like VWs and stuff, or cars that have got round lights, and inside the indicator, you just can't see the blinking thing. But blinking, you see what I said?
Yeah. So what you did there?
But they are really bright.
Yeah, they are.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Not only that.
Might not be as easy to see on this, but you know.
Yeah. When you brake, you get some brake.
That's pretty
You
impressive.
certainly know when somebody in front is braking.
Yeah.
That's really, and I think because you would normally think that was on when you're following a bike, to suddenly see it come on, you know they're braking.
Yeah.
I think that's a really, really good feature.
But what haven't they got?
Sorry?
What hasn't it got?
What hasn't it got? A fog light.
A fog. Why haven't motorbikes got fog lights on them?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, you could fit that easily inside your LED light, a little fog light.
Yeah. And the good thing is that from my 1200 GSA, things like my Touratech toolbox, the Mudsling, fender extender if I had it on the other one, the bar risers and stuff, all fitted onto this bike without issue. So I took them all off. My camera and my horn, my Denali sound bomb. Thankfully BMW switched it from my old bike to this one. Put the boxes on there, ready to go.
Brilliant.
Awesome, awesome bike. Love it to bits. And you know, every time we go out and we review bikes for this channel, there's going to be a few coming. We've been out today to do quite a few. Every single bike on it, I'm going, I want to go back and ride mine. And
that's quite a recommendation.
And I think, honestly, it's probably the first time, other than the excitement of having a new bike, that you want to ride your own, it's the first time that every bike I've been on hasn't compared to my thoughts about my bike.
Yep.
And I love it. Absolutely love it.
Weirdo. Anyway.
What do you mean weirdo? It's amazing.
I'll just go and show you my bike over there. Sorry, back to yours.
Right. Now, on my last bike, this is the last point, but on the last bike, they must have recognised what customers were saying about different rust and that sort of stuff, because my centre stand, after 2 years, bore a resemblance of an old 1970s centre stand. It was rusted to hell. Now, as standard, they're putting covers on them.
Oh, that's good.
It remains to see whether that does stop it happening, but little things like that I think should have been on. And I think they did have them on the rally versions, didn't they?
Not sure.
As standard.
Not sure.
And I've added some extra things like these little plugs from eBay or Amazon, £11, just so that the water doesn't fit in there, because I'm a little bit worried about it being corrody, if that makes sense. But
is that another word you've made? Corrody.
I've made quite a few.
You have, yeah. You're a walking dictionary.
Great. The bike is great. It looks awesome. And even though it's the same as my 1200 with all of these tweaks, it feels like a brand new type of bike, and it's so nice to ride. Love it to bits. When are you getting yours?
I'm not getting one. It hasn't got an SOS button, has it?
Anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I'll be doing some other videos about the bike like Mark has done. Fortunately, I haven't got to find a sat-nav bracket because mine's already fitted.
He's going over there.
Yeah. If you like the video, as much as I like my bike, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. All of the stats and stuff will be up there at some point on the video, and we'll see you in the next one.